Well, I'm going to check inside the Kombi because I painted the partitions between the windows, got rid of all the little screw holes and goodness knows what else, sand all those, primed it, top coat it, done all that. And anything I'm worried about is my masking, because I didn't have masking tape, so I had to use what was it? Oh, duct tape. So I hoped it worked okay. So let's go and have a look. So these are the two areas that I did. This one and that one in the corner. Right, I'll fix that problem up there. And let's see. Take the masking tape off. Oh my God. Well, still needs a touch up in there, but I think I can fix that. Let's have a look at this side. Yep, that's all good. The window's all good. All the masking around there is good. So, just checking the bottom now. Right, that's a big relief. Now, over to this one. Oh God. Right, I'll start with this side. Now, moment of truth. I'll just bring the light over so I can have a look. So far, not too bad. One bit of filler there that I didn't do too well, but basically it's not too bad. So I'm just going to tear the top off. And take this side out. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good, thank goodness. Once again, another little bit down here, and same on that side. Then I'm going to have to touch up, so I'll do that tonight. But at least the masking worked all right, which is really good. Down here. Yep, it's all good. Whew. That's a relief. Yeah, so not too bad. So it just means, because the shelf is going to go across here, the top one is going to go across here. So I just need to touch up that little corner, and the same with those little marks on this one, and we should be right. Before I do the table in the Kombi, and to make sure it's at the right height, I'm going to do a couple of experiments here. So what I'm going to do is measure our dining room table height from the chair height, and also from the ground to the top of the table. This will give me some sort of an idea, because I don't want to have in the Kombi a table that's too high, too awkward. I just want something that's simple and easy, and at the right height. So I'm going to do one for the table in the dining room, and then I'm going to go down and do exactly the same inside our caravan. So for the kitchen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a measurement from the floor to the bottom of the dining table, and then I'm going to take a measurement from the top of the seat to the underneath of the dining table, and this will give me some idea of as references for the height of the table to go in the Kombi. So I'll start with this one and see how we go. Okay, from that, well, I've worked out that it's 700 millimeters from the floor to the bottom of the table, and it's 225 from the top of the chair to the bottom of the table. So that gives me some rough guide. So now I'm going to go down and do exactly the same in the caravan. Now, as you can see, I've only got a very small area to put my bracket for the table along here. So I'm hoping that with the measurements I got from the dining room and from the caravan, I'll be able to put a bracket along here and have my table come out at the right height to the squabs that will be on here. Right, what I've discovered so far is that the middle of this is about 770, which is quite considerably a bit higher than the dining room and the caravan. But not all is lost. It's all dependent on, when I put the squab down on the seat, the height from the squab up to the table, whether we can get that the same. If we can get that the same, then all is good. Right, so I better go and get the squab. We'll do that to start with. So we'll do a mock-up, and hopefully with the mock-up everything will be fine. Right, sorry about the poor lighting, but it's pretty dark at the moment outside, so I just snuck down at night to do this. So yeah, I'll have to make up a table and do a mock-up of this area and see how we go. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is put this folding leg on the table. So I've got to measure equal distance across here, and I don't want it too far up the end of the table, because when you try to get in and out, it's going to make it more difficult for people. And you don't want it too far down the table, because well, mind you, this one is an exception. So if I put this down like this, you'll see how the end sticks out further. If I turn around, it sticks out further. But if you've got a leg that doesn't stick out further and you can keep it within that dimension, that would also be good. But unfortunately with this one, I could try doing it to that point and it will fit within dimensions of the table. So actually I might give that a try, and because I can always unscrew this and then bring it down, because this is the underside of the table, so it won't matter too much. So I might give that a go. So first thing to do is measure across. When I've got it across, I will then attach the centre screw to the centre line, line it up, make sure the measurement there to there and there to the other side is the same, and that should be it.
Baby, read the fine print. I've got baggage and it's all Gucci. Don't get too attached to me. Everybody act like the answer. One love like in the movies, wasting precious time assuming. Were we made to fall? No, I'm not lonely with solo and solely exploring what I need. Just dozens of times I swear.
Now I'm only screwing the first screw down, not the others, so that I can do another measurement from each end across here. That just helps me to make sure that this thing hasn't twisted before I actually screw them down. So I'll do the measurements from here to the end on each side, and then we'll put that one in.
Baby, read the fine print. I've got baggage and it's all Gucci. Don't get Everybody act like the answer. One love like in the movies, wasting precious time assuming. Were we made to fall?
Right, well that's this end done. Now what I've got to do is at the far end on here I've got to put two brackets on there. I don't know what that line is on the camera, but anyway. So anyway, I'd better go ahead and do that next. Rightio, before I put those brackets on the table, I'll just show you the brackets I'm referring to. These ones, which will clip the table onto this rail that I'm going to put along here. Now there's several things I've got to consider. When I put these on, let's just start with the rail first. If I put the rail up, I've got a lip where the bench comes over the top. I need to have enough clearance so that I can get the table over the top. Did you like that? Table over the top. So I had to come down further than what I wanted to. I just put my first little marker up there. So now I'm going to screw the rest in. So that's going to give me the height, because I'm working with a very small area across here. So that's going to, I brought it down as much as I can so I can lift the table up and off. That's one thing. Another thing I had to consider when putting this one on this side, especially this end, is the distance the table comes across for when you're sitting here. So I'm going to have to put this slider in a bit so that the table can slide along, so that you're not having to reach too far over onto the table, if that makes any sense. So what I'm going to do now is put this rail up. Now that I've worked out my heights for this bracket, you imagine the table will fit on this part. So this is actually screwed in underneath, and then that whole lot clips onto that rail. So we'll go ahead and put the rail up.
Baby, read the fine print. I've got baggage and it's all Gucci. Don't get too attached to me. Everybody act like the answer. One love like in the movies, wasting precious time assuming. Were we made to fall?
This piece here, which is a strengthening bar, if you like it, to strengthen this, so when you're putting weight down it doesn't pull the whole thing down. So I haven't put this firmly in place yet because I'm going to wait until I get the table with these clips on in the right place to make sure that I'm utilizing everything the best I can. So that looks pretty good. So now we'll go to the table and put these brackets on.
Baby, read the fine print. I've got baggage and it's all Gucci. Don't get too attached to me. Everybody act like the answer. One love like in the movies, wasting precious time assuming. Were we made to fall? No, I'm not lonely when solo and solely exploring what I need. 'Cause dozens of times I sweat.
Well, there's the table all done. Adjustable leg at that end, so we can sit someone over here, someone where I'm sitting, possibly a third person in the middle, and two across that side. And of course the table will slide out of the way so you can get out. Well, that about wraps it up for this week. I couldn't actually finish the table because even though you see it in operation, there was a clip that goes underneath it, and I only got one of the clips instead of two to hold it in place. So I'm not going to mention the name of the company at this stage, but I rang them to say one was missing, and this is typical of what you get. They said, oh, it doesn't come with those. Well, how come I got one instead of two for a start? And it also means the table is not stable. Anyway, yeah, so they said it didn't come with it. It obviously did. So I'm hoping to get one from another company in the meantime. So just a small point, but what the heck. Anyway, I'll catch you next week. Bye.